Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast in a game 2 in a series between Puma and KingKong here on Crevasse. We have KingKong spawning as the pretty in pink Zerg on the bottom left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, we have Puma spawning on the top left hand side as the blue Terran. This is all part of patch 134, so if Puma does research that blue flame Hellion tech, it will have a little red icon instead of blue. Besides that, there were no balance changes, a couple, custom map changes as well to help the BattleNet. But this game is not a custom game, and now let's just head straight into this game. Puma currently just training up some SCVs, will be building up a supply depot on the front door, and that is a bit delayed. I'm a bit surprised. You can see that he will be supply blocked for a little bit of time. Meanwhile, down over here, you can see KingKong or StarTales Kong deciding to use that extractor trick, quickly get into 11/10, now continuing to drone up, and we'll see if he utilizes this expansion. This expansion on the high ground, it does have a rich Vespene Geyser, so there is more reason for a Zerg player to take it in the early game. One of the questions that I often was asked on Crevasse was, why would you ever go for this expansion here when most Zerg players know to take this expansion anyways? They're good at defending an early expansion. It does have rather far walking distances. The reason behind that is that there are more, wow, okay, so instead it is going to be Kong now deciding to take this 8 mineral patch, and it looks like Kong thinking exactly what some of those other players thought. There are additional mineral patches here. I want to be able to power drone and drone up very, very easily. Extractor now coming in as well. We should be getting the spawning pool right behind it. And we'll see if this hatchery will see the light of day. An early command center now being placed down by Puma as well. So Puma opting to go for 1.5 bases, while we're going to see StarTales KingKong taking 2 bases. And now the drone pretty much sees that there is no barracks, and now going to come up here. He needs to figure out where those additional resources and those additional minerals were spent. He can see that they were spent, in fact, on a command center over here. The drone may be able to get some damage onto this one poor SCV as he's just simply trying to work. And it looks as though the SCV will be able to finish that, as a brother was able to come over in time and help out with that payload. A lot of SCVs just currently mining away here. The drone pretty much doesn't want to try to grow up to be extractor. He knows that he's not going to be able to really block that much, but if it's an extractor trick over here on the high ground, that would be rather interesting. No, we are going to see Puma now utilizing that rich Vespene Geyser instead. This one SCV already down to 15 hit points, now backing off as a new SCV going to take over that workload, and now upgrading to an orbital command. A drone now getting some more damage, and this may be a bit of a problem as Puma's SCV gonna get taken down, but I think, down to 2 hit points, and excuse me, there he goes. So I was going to say natural regeneration, allowing that one drone to stick around for a little bit longer, but no, wasn't able to do so. He never really saw the high amount of gas, as we are now going to see these, wow, poor SCV now finally beginning on some work once again. You do mine 6 per trip, so that is one of the benefits, 6 per trip as opposed to 4. Someone tried to tell me that it was only 2 gas per trip. That is not the case. You can see the number actually decrementing by 4. Yeah, you do get 4 gas at a normal Vespene Geyser, 6 at a rich. Anyways, coming back over here, we are going to have 1 Marine, 2 Marines now, just guarding, as we are also going into some additional more barracks. So we may see a lot more infantry play. Puma now frantically looking for his opponent, still does not see it, as we are now at tier 2, and I believe KingKong going for a quick tier 2 and also getting these extractors. He may be going for that Mutalisk play, and it may work out this time around. Puma is going into a factory as well. He does have some Marines still being trained. No tech lab, which is a bit of a concern. No tech lab means that you're not going to have stim pack anytime soon, as the SCV just going to simply just walk by. He knows that there's an expansion there, but he doesn't know that it is in fact a layer already, and down goes that SCV. 4 gas already running. There's a scanner sweep, and this is actually bad news for Puma. Puma's scanner sweeping here, seeing that there's a hatchery, and he's not going to know that his opponent is already starting on a spire, and his timing and his defense may be absolutely, absolutely wrong. Puma now mining away with these SCVs over here. His income should be slightly better with the help of those mules. He also does have some gas refinery off of only 2 gas, but one of them is that rich Vespene geyser, as I mentioned earlier. But the longer this game goes, and the more gas that we are going to see KingKong harvest, he may get somewhere in the realm of, I would guesstimate, about 800 to 900 gas. So that's going to be 9 Mutalisks, right as that Spire is going to be completed. Whether or not he's going to have enough minerals will be a completely separate question, as he would be supply blocked, unable to free up 18 food, trying to get another Overlord there. The Spire only needing about 20 more seconds until it is completed, and only time will tell what the strategies will be. Now, we can see that our decent number of Marines stim pack is currently being researched, so it will be about another, 90 seconds or so. So we are going to have perhaps a full minute or maybe 45 seconds of just harassment. You can see the Mutalisks are being trained up here. He's currently sitting on 9 Mutalisks already. He can easily get into 10. I thought I saw 9 for just a moment. Did he accidentally cancel one? Not quite sure. As he is now sitting on 8 and now getting also the Zerg level 1 flyer upgrades. So that will also help those Mutalisks deal 10 damage per attack. Also need to free up some additional food cap as well, perhaps getting some Overlords. There's the Mutalisk already out, and the Mutalisk also was able to spot that layer. So now the Marines know that they do have to back off. They have to play a little bit more defensively than they would like to, as we are just going to get very, very strong map control coming in from KingKong. The Mutalisks are now taking to the skies, are going to look and perhaps shut down shut down that tech lab. No, unable to shut down the tech lab, but able to get some damage onto these SCVs. The Marines are not going to be able to get that much damage at all. They are not going to be able to stim, get underneath. The Marines are just slowly trekking it and unable to catch up to those Mutalisks. We may get another hatchery over here as well. This is a very natural expansion location. Also, we may see these rocks over here get taken down. These rocks do not have any armor, so that may be a problem. A supply depot now taken down. Supply blocking Puma at 78 over 70. We are also going into a starport as well, but we do not have a reactor, so he is not going to be able to start double training any of those medevacs. Zerglings now taking their way into midfield, looking to deal a lot more damage as well. Perhaps taking down these rocks would allow for a faster run in, as the Mutalisks are looking to get some damage, but there is one missile turret straight in that group there going after the mule, able to take it down, and then backed off once more. You can see that the missile turret did get 1 kill there, so I don't know if that was quite a good trade at all, as Puma now with a very large army of Marines and 3 siege tanks may be able to deal a damaging blow. Oh, Mutalisks simply flying by. It looks like the Mutalisks natural regeneration for the win at 1 hit point, and now getting some SCVs as well. SCVs getting absolutely destroyed, but we are going to see these rocks get taken down and now have some pressure put right in this location. Zerglings now swarming in. Zerglings now getting some damage as well, as the tech lab of the factory going to get destroyed. And are we going to have enough damage is the key question. The Marines are now pushing in as well. There's the scanner sweep. The layer is at tier 2. Zerglings now engaging, trying to shut down those siege tanks, unable to do so. And this is going to be a base race, and a very, very dangerous one at that. There are Banelings on the far side. The Banelings do have that movement speed upgrade, if I recall correctly. Yes, they are going to be able to move rather quickly, as the Spire now going to get taken down. So no more Banelings will be trained up at all. The Zerglings and the Mutalisks now finishing off more and more of these units as well. And this is going to be a very, very sad day indeed. Marines getting destroyed. Siege tanks need to be careful, as the Banelings now simply trying to roll in. And will they be able to find their targets? And it looks like they will be able to get some damage onto some of those Marines. There's not that many Marines left, about 13 of them, as the Zerglings are now going to try to flank. The Banelings, going to melt away even more, getting more damage, and now these siege tanks are going to get destroyed, and I believe that is the GG. Puma, not expecting 2 more Banelings from the inside of the base, lost control of 13 Marines, and those Marines torn apart by Zerglings and Banelings. And there was the GG. I think if he did have a lot of those Zerglings here, or sorry, of those Marines, he would have been able to fend off the attack. And there's only 2 buildings, or 2 like high hit point buildings. Everything else is rather low, except for maybe that spawning pool. And that would have been a lot of damage to absorb. Meanwhile, the Terran player, he does have a lot of, he does have a Mutalisk here, and now trying to build up more barracks as well. The Zerglings perhaps would have been able to get some damage onto those SCVs, but I think the SCVs would have been able to perhaps poke and fight back just a little bit. Too many missile turrets, and Puma just unable to defend his Marines against Banelings. Banelings countering those Marines, especially without tank support. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 2 in this series. Stay tuned for Game 3.